I also saw that scene and I had this idea. So they destroy it, which then now the Empire learns that that Mount Mothma knows that they're there. I was wondering, can we make improvements? Can we do some little engineering freestyle, some R&D?
Okay.
Here it is getting caught and then immediately handled by hand, moved.
Mm-hmm.
Mount Mothma's like, "Ooh boy, this is not good," and then she crushes it. And then here in ISB, they see that this one is dead. So I think these are volumes, maybe. Maybe in the vertical direction, there's like the data coming in, and then this is where it is now. But for Mount Mothma's, turned red, alerted.
Yeah.
It's not on our end.
So it just went dead.
And it's suspicious. It's suspicious because the transceiver just suddenly goes dead. And so my question is it's not even detected until it gets crushed. Which means this transceiver could be moved around the room, it could be handled, it could be detected, but until the act of crushing, it's not known by the ISB, it's not known by the Empire that this thing has been detected. So can we make improvements to this? Can we think of things which would make this a more effective listening bug?
I see. So is when it's moved, you need to be able to detect movement of the bug
Right.
because then the rebels could move it to a location where they could do misinformation
Yep.
against you.
So I think that means an accelerometer. So just like in your phone, when you like tip it around, it's feeling the accelerations, and then it reports out, "Hey, I'm feeling accelerations." So this thing it's stuck underneath the bench, which means
Yeah.
the acceleration should be 0 always.
Yep.
And then as soon as it's handled, it's like alert. Somebody has been handling me, the transceiver. Hey, ISB, someone's been handling me.
Right. I guess the other thing that jumps out at me is it's a large device.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Like
2
a garage
inches
door
by
opener.
yeah, it's like a garage door opener exactly.
Yeah.
That seems to me very difficult to hide from even just like a cursory like, oh, what's that?
Right. Is that a spider?
You want,
there?
like-
Is that a giant cockroach? Oh, it's a listening bug. You want to be small, compact, and maybe even fit inside a pen or something. Or something that can be seen in plain sight and be not an issue.
Right. What about like how is it getting the information from the bug back to ISB? Is it transmitting it?
I guess it must be some type of wireless something.
Well, because the advantage of wires is you don't get any of these like transmissions that could be detected.
True.
But the disadvantage is you have wiring. But then if you transmit, it's not easily seen. There's no wires.
Like
But
it
now,
shows up on
like-
her Wi-Fi map. It's like, what is this
That's right.
mysterious
What is
ISB device?
Right.
I had another thought was thermal. So he
Okay.
touches it with his hands, which is hotter than the chair. So if you have
Yeah.
some type of, if you have a thermal sensor on it, then
Yeah.
then the ISB reports like somebody's handling me. I'm too warm for some reason. It wasn't like a gradual change. It's like suddenly too hot.
It
You
could even be as
also-
simple as like a thermometer on the thing, because if your hand
Yeah.
touches it, it could quickly warm up. Even like a degree or two would be above normal. You could notice it.
Yep. I thought that also it could be like an IR diode. They're just looking to see, am I getting infrared signals? And you could have it
Oh, I
calibrated
see.
for if there's people walking by, they're putting on a little heat from the legs. Like, all right, I get that. But when you get really flooded because something's super close, then something's looking at the transceiver.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
What else could we come up with here? You could
mean-
do some type of Wi-Fi mapping.
Wi-Fi mapping, yeah. Some kind of
This
mapping.
thing
of the room.
sets out some signal, some ultrasonic stuff, and then it figures out what's in the room. And then if it ever reports that something came too close, and it's like, something came too close, something touched me. I've been
In
detected.
fact, if you have a mapping of the room, then with multiple, even with single microphone, maybe multiple on the device, you could start to figure out where the sounds are coming from based on echoes and direction of the sound coming in. So if you know how the sound is bouncing around the room, you could track somebody through the room in real time as their voice gets more hollow and gets less hollow and gets more direct.
That's good. That's good. That's clever.
So you could have like real-time mapping of people's movements in the office.
I also thought about it from the electronics signals end, from the signals side. So I interpreted this as straight volumes. So this person's really loud, this person's really loud, this person's softer, and this is like no signal. No signals, and it's not making, no one's speaking, right? And so instead of this being straight volumes, so there's like volume, like loudness, like there are people are talking or not talking. If they instead saved the waveform, so if you look at as a function of time, and here's the vertical axis of amplitude, as people speak, it's making sound, and then quiet. Making sound. So if you saw that, then you could see, is this just people out of the room? Is the battery dead? Or people having conversations? You could play back the conversation. I don't know what the Imperial tech is. Maybe they don't have like voice recording yet. Maybe they, I don't know. But they could do that. So you could do a data side analysis.
Filling in blanks here. My headcanon was this was like a listening station. So like real time, I'm listening in. I see the real time readouts. I just assumed that the data, whatever data is coming off the device, was getting fed into like an analytics area that's somewhere else. So this is like the real time events are happening. Let me listen in, and analytics is elsewhere. I can't imagine they're not saving the audio. That would be wild if they didn't save the audio.
Gosh, how many bugs do they have around the Coruscant? This is probably Coruscant only. And then how many hard drives? How many network switches? What the speed of this? I don't know. I don't know.
They have Imperial resources, and it's only audio. I would if we couldn't save it, and I was an ISB officer, I'd be like,
"Okay, boss,
data
I got
centers,
an idea.
let's go.
Let's go. Let's spin up some data centers." That's right.
Yeah, because you're like in a meeting. It's like, I heard Senator so and so. They were talking rebellion talk, and the commander's like, "All right, bring up the audio." We're like, "Oh,
we don't have it
recorded. Thought we saved it." Well, we're not saving our audio?
We're not saving the audio? What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Let's go attack the audio-saving planet and capture their resources.
This is a whole planet dedicated to audio saving.